So this is a little bit change. It will be my personal take, and I will tell you more about Bates' adventure with quantum, how it all started, how it happens that non-technical person as myself is running quantum startup with 12 technical people, super smart. I will share how we are coping with financing and the other stuff, and I very much hope this will be helpful for you. So again, here you can see the benchmark from 2007 from molecular chemistry, which is deemed to be one of the first applications in quantum computers. And as you can see, that desktop PC, this is from 2007, so quite a while ago, was able to run this benchmark in less than a second. And now the task for quantum computers is to run this even faster. How it all started. So it was in the 90s, and Wojtek, my co-founder and friend, who's joining this call, being high energy physicist, met Norman Margolis and Tommaso Toffoli, and famous by the gates of quantum computing, they invented in MIT, and they had the opportunity to work together. So for physicists, quantum mechanics allow much more than standard model of quantum computing. And this is what he got this bag. So I met Wojtek at Motorola back in 2001, where I started as a receptionist, being responsible for just the basic stuff. And I had no idea about the technology at that time. So preparing for my recruitment meeting, I just spent a few minutes on studying how the Outlook works. And I had just got my first PC computer several weeks before, and it became with a broken hard disk. And I blamed myself for just destroying the stuff. Working for Motorola for 7 years taught me a lot. I moved to different departments, and I really learned how such a big corporation functions. Having that experience, I decided to move to Google and join Wojtek to build the first R&D center in Poland. And interviews were pretty difficult. As how do you explain recruiters that you actually dream about taking the temporary administrative position, supporting the office of 5 people, when at the same time you run the offices of over 1,000 people. But negotiations went well, and we've agreed that I will use my experience from Motorola to set up all the admin and facilities staff, HR, everything that was about to be created at that very beginning for Google Krakow. And then I moved to program manager role, where I fall in love with the startups world and people who are actually brave enough to start something new and risky and something that actually make a change. And this is why I started Google for Entrepreneurs, at that time being Campus Warsaw nowadays. At that time, Wojtek shared his quantum idea with me. So I decided to help and get involved, having no idea about quantum physics at all, but knowing basics from the Latin language, which helped me structurally review his claims, not understanding the real matter, just the structure. And after Google, we moved to one of the biggest e-commerce in Europe, Allegro, to build Allegro Tech, which I'm still proud of. And I hope that Eva Ogrodowska is hearing me now, as she was about to join. And on the other hand, there were more and more activities around quantum computing worldwide. So we had to really decide what we are after. And here we go. Here are my two geeks, Wojtek on the left, Witek on the right, physicist and mathematician, who would be happy enough discussing their great ideas for ages at the dinner in various restaurants. So this is where my real quantum adventure begins. I had to take them to the cave, and it really was our first office. Really a cave. And hang the whiteboard on a wall, and just create something out of this, just something more than two geeks having fun on their own. But another thing was that we had to position bait in the nascent quantum industry, just to make hardware manufacturers aware of our existence and about what we can offer, or rather what we would be able to offer. The man staying behind those guys is Peter Witek, who regretfully passed away last year. His camp was hit by the avalanche during this expedition in Himalayan. But we've met Peter, and he used to be quantum researcher in Toronto back then, and he made us interested in Creative Destruction Lab Accelerator and invited us to apply, actually. So we did, and we got accepted. And two guys on the right-hand side are Adam and Łukasz, who won the prize from Rigetti for their solution during the CDL hackathon. During the course of the year, we had the opportunity to work on D-Wave and Rigetti machines. And in December 2018, on the right photo, you have Witek and Wojtek presenting at Q2B conference and sharing the results of this work. But all of this sounds beautiful, but as each and every startup, we had to secure financing just to be able to operate. We started with the EU grant of $2.5 million, but we had to match about 20% of this amount. And we started consulting work not related to our core quantum job, but it was distracting us from the real quantum. And luckily, we took $80,000 from CDL investors, and this helped us survive for a year. And if you wonder how it is possible, we are just based in Poland. So this is how. And of course, it became clear to us that we have to take the seed round and secure the company for the next 2 or 3 years. And now we can imagine going to the investors and telling them the truth, like there are no quantum computers just yet. And if anyone claims something opposite, just send them our way. And then it was even worse when they asked, so when we can expect any revenue? And we're like, well, so luckily we met Chris Chrysantu, you can see on the picture, and his Kindred VC based in London, who actually were crazy enough to see the potential in the whole quantum industry and what we are doing, and decided to invest despite of not being able to predict return on investment date. And we got $1.4 million in this round. And we had the opportunity to observe something super interesting, like the fear of missing out. So a lot of quantum startups bear with VCs not willing to invest for various reasons. But then when you have that one leading VC, everything changes. And we really were having more and more investors interested in joining that round. But the round was too small, so we were not able to fit them in. And today, where the financing is secured, what we are doing, we've played with D-Wave and Rigetti, as I mentioned. We were invited by Google to collaborate, but IP issues appeared there. So they claimed that they cannot be held hostage to anything that can actually improve their computers. So we passed on this. Recently, we got our wrists slapped for announcing prematurely first annual results. Once again, I'm very sorry about this. This will not happen again. We tested on IBM machine and quantum-inspired Fujitsu machine as well. And we grew the team to 12 tech people and proved our results to be of value. So our work is two-pronged. First part is algorithmic. So hardware agnostic approach where we just build a way to solve hard problems on quantum instances. And then there is this implementation part, which pays close attention to architecture, geometry, connectivity. Thus, our solutions are better than what the hardware can offer by itself without that. And we really want to work with people bearing with hard problems, as our algorithms can solve these problems earlier. When we go competitive, our internal tools can optimize quantum circuits better than other tools available on the market. In order to protect our IP, as this is all we have, and we really need to take care of it, we've filed 6 provisional patent applications. Just recently, International Search Authority confirmed 23 claims from the first 2 of these patentable. We are waiting for the outcome of others and preparing new ones. So we really need to build the patent shield over the stuff we do. From the recent study of quantum researcher based in Poland, Piotr Gawron, we are the only one in Poland actually patenting both for quantum-inspired methods as well as real quantum computers. This is why we have and why we want to work globally. And back in 2017, Professor Hansinger told that there are about 50 people worldwide writing quantum algorithms. And today, Dr. Burkot claims that there are about 600 people and growing. and despite of growing competition, which I think is stupid. It is a small world when you can contact anyone in the industry within 20 minutes when it comes to a merit-based conversation. And we really need to make this collaboration happen and to grow the pie. And from my experience, one of the quantum platforms that seems to be good for this is One Quantum. So once again, thank you for organizing this event, for the possibility to share my view on this. And I'm happy to answer any questions if we have time. Thank you.